Shovelled out in the end by Hopper. But prior to that, not much. Lynch, snap, got it. Score review here. It may well have been touched, and it has on the fingers there. You can see them go back. So this will be brought back. All the way to the boundary line. This gives a little opportunity here for Mantra to Martin. Martin is attacked by a couple.
To side, can they rebound here, the Blues? Cripps. Numbers with Carlton. Northern side.
And it's because both sides are playing a spare behind the ball, so they're forcing each.
Atkins ends up with it. His ball wide, and once again Henry.
Smith. Spilt the mark, enabling. Tumbles it wide for Newman. The Blues are back. It's a little fumble. Somehow they get it through to Holland.
Through the middle to Koning, a little undecided. Bit of a hope handball out the side door there. Couldn't get it to Myers. Did well Newman. Strong body in the contest. Now Motlop.
Actually, Guthrie, smaller man, did so well. But then he got wrapped up by Newman holding the ball. Blitzarves. Brian Myers taken, release the ball. Blitzarves.
His way where he could jump at the footy. Well defended this time. Kelly confronted. Great vigorous tackling and response from Newman. A wealth of numbers there. Ash clipped as he kicked it back to the middle. Again, he's denied. Great work by Newman.
In the middle of the ground is not what you want.
This sums it up, though. Lockie Ash on the burst, turnover, half.
Elio went back to Callaghan, who kept on coming. Giants to half forward, but there's no one home again. Well handled as Newman would have liked back there with Saab. Recovered nice on underneath. Instead, it's Lloyd to a one-on-one. Hogan, clap of the hands. Thought he maybe was interfered with. Newman didn't like what he saw out one way. Goes the other. Fisher, Bentry. Reaching up was McGovern. Did enough. The call to Newman. Himmelberg curls the kick. Close to the line for Peekling v Newman.
A couple of teams already this year. He's been ordinary with his disposal, Lockie Whitfield. Either he's seeing things that his teammates aren't, or they're not reading it.
Knocking on the door of 300. He's been prolific. The hit-out's king.
Put these Blues defence under pressure.
Zerha dragged down, rolled in the tackle. 1,200 per goal this afternoon. Little chance for Power to tumble it forward. 24 to 20.
Melbourne just to that centre half back part of the grip. Pressure in their forward half rather than being lulled into a possession type game.
Newman, beautiful things.
Yeah. Newman, terrific.
Switches play. Newman in the corridor. Closing Turner.
Okay for the Roos, just not as accurate as I'd like to be.
Newman. Mackay being given.
Cripps. How good was Cripps? Took the mark, hadn't hit the ground yet, got rid of the handball.
Hinge emerges from the pack. He's caught, and that is holding the ball. Defence has been excellent this season. Mackay will ball up once more.
The Crows confidently down the line. This time comes unstuck. Pedler got his hands to it. The Blues recover. Hewitt lost his feet. Gave it off to Cripps. Now a chance over the top for Newman.
Jones bounces it into the middle. Newman is caught by Rankin. Tried to find his boot initially, then got the hand.
Fogarty amongst the big pack. De Koning in the middle of it. Newman did well.
Difficult to move the ball against this St Kilda team.
One errant kick and it's a turnover.
Thuapo, very close, far.
It's an aggressive switch to Newman. This might work for them. Next link in the chain. They've got to get their runners across. That's the issue. Akers, Chincotta, Newman.
How much territory they can actually take off the Saints when they have the ball in hand.
Pitternet, look out Newman, had to be quicker.
So they're getting the 2-minute sign on the bench, both teams here. But they are not taking the foot off the gas. Cripps, a double fake, back to Newman. He's a good kick. Mackay strong. Game banged it on the boot of steel. Goes forward, opportunity out the back.
Ross. Newman will come across and belt it to the line.
Look at the transfer to Hill. Couldn't get it in the air. Newman has to spin and pirouette out.
Brave with their use of the ball.
Akers, Newman.
Here they go.
Can they go now? There's the...
Almost. Chera, Newman, wide, and here's...
Strong blow after he'd taken the mark. Now Newman, go wide to Akers, get on 50. He waits, goes short.
And just that flood back into their forward line. Hasn't kicked too many through his career, closing in on 100 games. He's got the 14 goals. That is a decent effort from there. And doesn't Nic Newman love it?
Yeah, nice goal from Nic Newman.
And this is a nice finish.
Saw Alex Witherden before. Don't defenders love getting forward to kick a goal? McGovern read it. The Blues have numbers.
That was much better from West Coast. A forward half turnover.
Darling was the target. Witherington Newman. Waterman was there, kept competing. O'Neill spun in the tackle. Away to Williams. Wobbly old kick. Newman the spoil. Jaden Hunt. Gaff didn't make connection. Newman.
Good effect, haven't we, from the Blues, particularly this third quarter. That one not quite finished. That's a good mark.
Shaky on the first kick. Newman across to Akers. Back for Hearn. Out of defence. Newman. Tonight, the Blues.
That's a great kick.
Well, over the back it comes. Bailey got hit hard there by Newman. Able to extract the footy out of trouble for the moment, the Blues. Or are they?
Little fumble from Durden. Berry in and out of his arms.
Had the hard work done there, Berry.
And kick 4. Newman.
Play on.
Hewitt.
Chera, can they somehow make them pay? They've got to be brave through the middle. Newman sees Kennedy.
Look out, Rayner's going to be wrapped up. McGovern shovels the handball. Newman wide for Hollands. Chera had a good night. Newman. Mackay.
The big fella able to make good.
Smith getting a lot of hands on the ball so far. McRae, Norton with 3 to contend with in the pack. He's probably the smallest there at a style. Never quite sure what's next. Holland through Doherty, and they're on their way out. Newman, a well-weighted kick. O'Donnell fired it out. Bontempelli scrambled it forward, and Newman was able to relieve just when Carlton needed it. And the Dogs get it on their terms again off the boot of Johannesson. It should return to Ray and Richards again, who is everywhere where the football is tonight.
So's Newman.
I'm with Ugelhagen. Jamara against 3. Oh, it was a fantastic lead. But it really amounted to absolutely nothing. It's good. To the middle, and you can see why. Again, Walsh down. Bontempelli, 1-2. Somehow, Bulldogs again at the teeth of goal. Waitman, and that's Waitman. Found a way to pick it up, but not a way to get out.
Ball effectively outside.
Newman prepared to kick straight down the middle. Yeah, that's when the Dogs last played them early last year. When the Waitman. Good time for him to get in on the act. Newman, a subtle but effective bump. Good use of the body, and then the time to fly. He kicked in haste, though. Pally, which Williams had crept out the back to the wing. They'll get a crack at it, and Newman made the most of it.
Mark off to Noble. Noble's kick not very good. Mark taken by Young. Close, the little touch handball was unbelievable. Mitchell. Not a great ball. Newman.
Good kick for Hollands.
Sold the foot candy well. Back inside of the kicker, Newman. Club sponsors have given up their advertising space. Toyota, in the case of the Go Foundation out there on the wing.
Representation here. The sideways ball didn't quite get to the intended target of Newman, but he makes it work.
Yeah, clean and Hickey. And Carlton making sure that neither of those allows Blakey to run, and that's a poor kick.
Take a few more risks.
Campbell, JB, you've spotted him from day one. And
Blues on the way out. Newman back to the wing. Just an early hustle was good from Newman. Displaced Berry, and here's Holman. Newman fought the battle on his own and did it well. Again, Lukosius and King were both primed. Here's Berry. And he's thrown that.
She's doing boot at this one. I mean, he's got an arm. He's just got to release it. Well, he couldn't throw. Kick went out in the full. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Newman. Akers.
Other players to keep going. So you see the kick from Newman.
Anderson knew he had to do something special. Lost the ball in the process. Newman took man trying to dig in, but Sard.
And they didn't have anyone that could do that for them. Still some maturity to come
to with Davies. Got in Holman's way momentarily. Swallow Davies disorientated. Newman right at ya and then knocks it for Cripps. Casbolt engaged. Newman
to a one-on-one on the wing. Bruce front spot. Let it go. Newman.
If he lets the tackle go, the Hawthorn player is away. They score from him.
Mackay. Straight down the Staples he travels. And Newman. Out. He'd been striking his drop punt so well. Wingard wide. Newman a double-handed fist away. So a pass. Cunningham. And down the spine that travel. Chip kick is good. Silvani. Wingard had it, lost it, dumped. Played for the free, didn't get it.
Cross to Cripps, Chera slick with the hands. New Doherty, Chera. Now Newman in game number 100. Jackson doing that midfield role, trying to take it out, but he was too
Thinked out.
He's got an option though in Chera.
put the way out as well, perhaps.
And Kemp, and then hits the target. Wasn't the best off the boot, but he found Newman. How close this one was.
Well, I thought it was.
If he'd had it cleanly, he could have launched off that left boot. Instead, it lands short. Frederick up the line. Side Jackson got it to ground. Switkowski buried into the turf.
Because Freo actually pushed back really hard, but they changed the angle, and now this has opened up the near side.
Newman's kick isn't great off the boot, but finds Martin. Rusted on the way through. Sard. Wayne Newman goes, he walks past you.
Lord got it forward, only as far as Sard. And Newman's been a big intercept factor for them over the past. Winning their best and fairest pretty comfortably, you would imagine. Chaining up with Silvani. Newman trying to find the left boot. There it is. Out to the wing to Hewitt. In game 150, rising. Sard clever. Newman flicked it into them. Kai. Bartolier got the crumbs. Newman, though, re-entry. The news is, though, it's coming your way, Tom. Newman to the square. Silvani looks like he'll take another and kick another. Ahead. Pow Pepper can lift the spirits quickly. Burn Jones. They don't get that opportunity. Walsh rectifying quickly through Newman. Port Adelaide would have scouted, that's for sure. Hands from Newman were good. Being watched closely by Hewitt there was Butters. Newman to come across. Butters. Hewitt through Doherty and Newman. Way through, but no further than the wing. Those little things that Carlton have done so well. Jones gets it back to Port's favour. Bergman. Newman in front. Man, that's the Blues to a tee. Chera to Cripps. Even Newman. It's quite a sight and it's quite a noise.
And track that back to the contested centre-half forward. It was Bergman.
A few weeks ago, and that smashing they got at the hands of Brisbane, so that was a pretty good performance by him. Newman.
Doherty, Walsh going the wrong way, retreating, and then a pinpoint pass was good.
Little dance inside by Hollands was nice. The running machine finds Newman, and 50 should be a formality from here. And he does sneak it in by coat of paint. They've got their second, the Blues.
We'll have another look at that 50-metre penalty. That's a nice finish.
Waiting at the back is Witherden. Curls it round, and it's a great mark by Newman.
It's a really clever mark. Just protected the drop of the ball with his body.
Kick was a bit of a shank, but it might come off here. Petrevski-Seton grabs it, and then Newman grabs him.
Good next week, and they might even end up with another draw yet.
Is in the stadium on one man. In the navy blue with the 3-0 plastered across his back. He's got 9 goals for the afternoon. They're working.
Occasions they've had the opportunity. Newman, beautiful kick into Darcy, of course. Back inside is Newman. Newman is a good kick. This will test him, though. Doesn't look confident. Gave the little handball off and a long ball by McGovern. Right to the line. Got it.
With work to do. Collingwood crush it. There's Kemp. Gets it nicely to Newman.
Play on. Yours, mate.
Got a couple here to go with. Chera's one on hard. Wiedering. Now they can go from half back here. Carlton.
Found Chera. Beautiful give to Newman. Got a lovely left foot. And try to do.
Cost boys, look at those. Taken is Adams. It's got to be a throw.
Fellas Fogarty got the handball back inside to Newman. The counter-attack's on here with Owie.
Lipinski going to get taken quickly.
When he's resting forward, but the Saints win that clearance. Sharman taken down immediately by Newman. Fogarty, Newman, expansive handball was creative.
At least got it to Owens. And this will be a Newman ball at half-back. Owens immediately back on the man on the mark. Here they come. Marshall.
We're off the back of that. Marshall's going to get them another one. Almost. This is it forward. Chincotta against Higgins. Newman arrives under pressure from Filippo.
The place to do it. You want to create overlap.
Oh, surely! He didn't handball and kick it. Everyone on the field thought it was a free. One of the height there as Fisher nails the short ball to Newman.
Stand.
Right in front of where Chris Johnson sits. Real pressure here, the Blues. They wouldn't want to concede the first score or two here in the third quarter as Seton. The middle of the ground in this direction here. Now Newman's a good kick as well. If you provide a good lead, he'll find you. Gets it back out to Cottrell. Now this it's a good bounce, got it. Going to go into side 50 after all that hard work for the Blues. Nicely spoiled free kick, Newman. Got back.
On the deck to Newman. Steps around Hill.
Higgins wanted it. Went the low bullet. Interception, Newman.
And now to Newman spears it low towards the pocket for Hewitt. It's back there, tracking it. Sharman swings.
Just all over him now like a wet blanket here, the Blues. Newman!
Coning's taking the ruck work in the Carlton forward line. Pittenat's taking Grundy as the matchup, which just is allowing Wiedering to sit behind the...
It goes. Sparrow, Gawn tumbles a football. Van Rooyen. Down the line he goes. Langdon has three Blues to deal with. Newman kicks the ball and finds Simmons. Through Viney, go forward again. Back Van Rooyen, couldn't quite get a hand onto it.
Porter is exactly the type of the player you want in and under.
Oh, super tackle. Sparrow tries to barge.
Been a nice addition, Alex Chincotta.
He's had some big jobs.
Good faith in him.
Handballs towards Neil Bull, tries to break the Marchbank tackle. Got rid of it in the...
Really impressive.
Newman.
Oh, the man there fighting hard, and they are forcing some error.
In 60 minutes, 5 in 12. It's been a big turnaround in terms of
feet. Got it back nicely to Brayshaw. Newman refused to concede.
And they're under pressure again. Saad just throws it on the boot. Gold Coast defending well early. They might have to just call him early. Puts the Blues on the back foot. And they'll look to try and reload from their defensive 50. Transition the ball. They've got Casbolt just to try and fend off about 3 or 4 of them. Well done, Newman. Dangerous kick into the corridor. It's going to be turned over. Well done by Cripps. It's their first tackle of the quarter, Carlton.
He's going to attack it really hard.
Newman in the right spot. This week against North Melbourne in Tassie. And the Blues have the final game of the home and away season against the GWS Giants. Curnow
himself back into the game like he did in the second quarter.
Walsh at the last moment diverted to Newman, so he's the kicker into the 50, and that's just fine.
Lost the first round badly, but he's won the second round comfortably.
Walsh tracks it. Newman didn't lose. Kelly latches on. Newman. Mackay.